Mend with me. Hi, my name's Lauren. I teach visible mending. And do you have a pair of jeans with a hole right where the pocket is? Have you considered darning it? Check the captions for all the supplies and my recommendations on thread for darning on denim. And save for later, there's going to be a little bit longer video. When you choose darning as a visible mending method, what you're doing is replacing the missing fabric with thread. So instead of putting a patch fabric underneath the hole and adding some stitching for strength, which is what we would normally do, we are going to create a little patch of woven thread that will strengthen the entire area and cover up that hole. So the first thing I'm doing is just drawing myself some guidelines. This part's optional. I just like to do this so I'm not thinking about it. The outside channel is where my anchor stitch is going to go. And the two horizontal lines, the two most inner lines, are going to be a guide for where I'm going to build my warp, which are the vertical rows of thread that we then weave horizontal rows of thread through. And it will make sense. It's warp and weft. The warp is the vertical part, and that's what we're building right now. The process is the same going across the entire area, so my entire box. What I chose to do is change out the thread colors. So I have 2 of the lighter color, 4 rows of color A, 2 rows of the lighter color, 4 rows of color B. My pattern is going to be a checker box. I wanted to keep the number of threads even, so my pattern looked even. When we start getting to the pocket, treating the edge of the pocket as part of the fabric. You don't want to push it all the way through all the layers of that pocket. You really just catch the edge and you're pretty good. Now it's time to start our weft. We're going to start the weaving. So after making my first anchor stitch on the outside of my project, I'm going to start my pattern. So you can do a basic woven pattern, will just be over under every other thread. And then the next row, you just shift one over and it's a bricklay pattern, and that's how you'll get your weave. We're doing a checkerboard. So it's essentially the same thing, but it's over under 2. So it's over under 2. And then it's 2 rows of the same over under pattern. So this will get you a nice thick checkerboard. It's very low effort. It's basically the same thing. And it's actually easier picking up the 2 threads, in my opinion. It kind of keeps everything thick and chunky, which is easy to work with for beginners. And then really it's just the color, the changing of the thread color that gives you the most impact. So I'm staying with the same pattern. You notice I ended my thread off to the side of my project. That's way I can pick it up when I'm ready for my next row of light colored thread. I also like to use the butt of my needle or the eye of my needle to weave. I find that I don't snag my threads that way and it's much easier, and I'm not poking my fingers all the time. We are using the row that we are weaving to push up and tighten the row that we previously stitched. So you don't have to worry about making each row tight, and you really do not want to pull very tight. You also don't want to push the threads up super tight either, because this will start warping the shape of your fabric. You want to keep it taut, but just kind of chill with it. Don't push it too hard. Another tip I can suggest is not making your rows too tight together. It's a delicate balance between a lot of too much space in between your rows and then that they really get too tight, because you can only push up your threads so far. So you want to make sure everything's staying nice and horizontal. And I really like to use my long needle in our 2-pack of Sashiko needles here. Not only are they perfect for denim, so they're really easy to stitch through the edges of these pockets, but the long needle is really great for this weaving. You can get a lot of stitches on one pass and then, use the whole thing to kind of keep your project nice and tight. But this is basically it. So we're using the pocket as the fabric. Every row, we're kind of pulling on our fabric, adjusting, making sure that it's not too tight. We're maintaining our over 2, under 2 pattern all the way through. We're not changing anything but the thread color. And this is what it should look like. To finish all of these loose threads, you have two options. You can rethread each one and send it through some of the negative space or of your project and then snip away the excess, or you can tie knots. This is really a personal preference. For me, it varies day to day what I like to do. When you're done, you are ready to wear. Let me know if you'll try it out. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this useful, and I'll catch you on the next.